Alright. No, you're fine. You do you whatever you're gonna do, Barry. I'm just being loud for the sake of being loud for my viewers. So, O1 Ella, OX2, Maddie and Son, Streamfire, Einfach. Yes, I'm not gonna say it because I get what it's kind of a play on. I do curse, and I'm okay with cursing, but I'm not gonna say that. Anyway, we got a lovely little red-green deck. It's got a couple wins and a loss. And pretty much when my watch gives me the stand warning at 11:50, and I'll stand and finish the game or do whatever I'm doing, which will probably be the middle of a draft. I don't know. Which I always will play one game with the draft deck. So, point being, I intend on making this like just an hour and kind of a short one, roughly. But if I have to go a little bit longer, it's fine. But that's kind of the time frame we're looking at today. So, nope. Do you want to sacrifice it and proliferate? No, I really don't. Did they want to block? I wish. Okay, well, we want that Venerated Rot Priest, but oh well. Like, it's a pretty cool card when you have 3 Ruthless Predations and some pump spells, because then you can get like 5 poison counters. That's not how we're necessarily gonna win. Like, like there's a Plague Nurse in our death, and then there's the 3 mana. Like, make a 3/3 beast with Toxic 1, and then if they're corrupted, you can cast it again. So, like, we have a couple spells like that, that target, and a couple spells with Toxic. So, anyway, my point, like, that's not how we want to win, like, that's not our win condition, but, you know, hey. I want to hang on to it, because I'm not worried about the 2/1, even the 2/1, okay, it copies spells, but, alright. You gotta cast spells to put the oil counter on it, and then you have to have the mana, well, it has 2 oil counters on it, to copy the spell. And then which one are we copying? So it proliferated, so yeah, and now they have the option. But what are you casting with 1 mana? That I'm, like, worried about? Nothing, because I'm not worried about anything with 1 mana. And as a matter of fact, now you lost your copy. So, fine. I'm not that desperate for a ping. And I want to make sure that I have a creature with an oil counter before casting this. I just do. In the one loss that we have so far, I cast it, but for no value, but it's... I mean, yeah, he doesn't do anything, just his creatures with oil counters will, you know, do some stuff. But at any rate, we probably sack the Sentry Maze looking for a mountain, because it's going to automatically cast Ruthless Predation. Those are the only non-creature spells in our graveyard. Because it says you cast it, exile 3 at random, and then you can cast one of them at random. Well, and then you can cast one. It's not at random, excuse me. You just cast one of them. And we already know what that one spell would be. It's a Predation. So there you go. And I'll take a free Predation. Oh, they have the counterspell. Okay. We have another one. I walked into that one, but it's limited. You don't see, the counterspells limited right now are baffling. The Bring the Ending, baffling end. I don't know where I came up with that, but Bring the Ending. There's the 3 mana one that proliferates. We just have lethal here, so it doesn't matter where they go. Yeah, okay. I didn't. They were gonna scoop anyway. Because, yeah, when it dies, it shoots for 1, so we had lethal anyway. But anyway, my point that I was making is I think there's like 3, so I'm not going to inherently play around those 3 counter spells. Standard's another story. Modern, Pioneer, that's all another story. And sometimes, too, you got to play into it, because that's the only way you're going to get it out of their hand. Yeah, sure. We don't play anything until turn 3, which sucks, but it's not the end of the world. You take 2, you move on. Yep. Menace is a thing, but oh, there's our Capricious Hellraiser, unfortunately. Bye, Capricious Hellraiser. But it was the Venerated Rot Priest with the last one. They at least go to the bottom of your library. It is what it is. Yeah, I don't care. Make you use the spell if you had it, which they didn't, so I am fine with that. Cast you as a big giant 4/3. I can't block, so I take the damage. Hello, dum-dum. Cast you to draw a card and gain life. And attack with you because you're 5/4. So it's red-white, and I don't think... well, they probably have the equipment in their deck, they just haven't drawn it. So I don't know what those cards are that they're kind of sandbagging here, but... like... Plague Nurse, and there's our other predation. Unfortunately. I don't want to remove the oil counter. I don't think I have anything but, well, other than that scamp, or not scamp, whatever that 1/1 goblin is. That sacks to proliferate. I think that's the only proliferate effect. 3 a turn. 3 damage a turn. Sawblade Scamp. Okay. I don't mind just giving that creature away. Same with that. Take the action. It shrinks him, unfortunately, but it still is a 5/4. Totes my goats. Because in the end, we've cleared their board, and I'm totally fine with that. Nope, I got nothing. Oh well. And that's the thing, you grow the Forge Hammers and sure. So it's like, I don't know if that's what you want to be doing. Giving me free real estate. Okay, they're scooping. I mean, they'd block you. Well, I guess it's 6 regardless. Yeah, yeah. I guess it's 6 damage regardless. Oh well. But still, we have cards like Freed from Flash, and that would put oil counters on it, so then I could make it so that the thing couldn't block, and we have the 3 Ruthless Predations. So, other than, say, the viral spawning, I don't believe that target. It doesn't target. No, I know it doesn't target. Duh. But because, at any rate, because it doesn't target, that's like the only one that wouldn't trigger our Venerated Rot Priest. And then there's, I don't know about the Titanic Growths. They don't do anything by themselves. Like, so if, well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter too much with the Hellraiser, because the Hellraiser's going to any instant or sorcery you can cast with it. It's just if it's in that pile of exiled cards, which, let's face it, limited it will be. It will be. I mean, that puts oil counters on something, but like, I think we're doing okay right now. That I ain't gonna complain. That it's like, yeah, we're pretty dead set here on the stupid 4-drops, but meh. And it's target with spell or ability. Or spell, not ability. So I don't think you can do something like, make this creature unable to block. If the spell says make this creature unable to block, that's different. Because that's the deck in Modern right now. With the Rot Priest, and you cast Storm spells and it copies, makes 10 copies. And oh, I guess we lagged out? Or have we actually only been going for 14 minutes? Well, anyway, I don't know. But Maddie and Son, Kata, and Drop Snat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, glad to have everybody along for the journey. Whee! Before I start sending a shit ton of emails. We're going to lose to this guy just because he's a diamond opponent, and we're not diamond. We're just platinum. And we're platinum too at that. Whisper of the Dross. Whispers of the Dross. Okay. We can talk about the bad keep, but it was a bad keep based entirely on the fact that the little 1/1 that can sit there and hold down the fort. The one thing I do appreciate about diamond opponents is they actually play fairly fast. I mean, for the most part, these guys play pretty quickly. Can't block the fire anyway. So I'm gonna Mantis before I Oil Gorger, because I'm really gonna Mantis before I Oil Gorger. And then I want to... No. I can't block the flyer, but swinging into that, because they tick it down, and they only need to tick it down twice, but you tick it down, and... Okay, they trade at that point, but still, like, I don't really want to throw my creature into that, like, pit, for lack of a better... Because now the 3/4, of course, just trades with it, but... Yeah. Okay. If he wants to remove all the counters, that's his business. Because I can't block the flyer anyway. So this, unless this is some like meme style point, like, alright, I'm going to beat you through Toxic. Well, yeah, now I don't draw off that, which is the downside, but I still don't have anything. I'm not going to play it until I have a non-creature spell in my yard. This doesn't do anything, but whatever, fine. Yeah, because it doesn't do anything. I need to draw one of our non-creature spells. No, I really need to draw one of our non-creature spells. As I change into some other Rook's Up song. Well, the next one that's supposed to be on is the one that gets dinged for copyright infringement sometimes. We don't want you playing that music. Fair enough. Okay. It is out of here. No, we got it. Home run. No, but that's just one creature gone, thankfully. What could they be? I mean, are they double black spells? That's the only thing that makes sense to me. I mean, you can bounce the troll just because it costs a lot of mana, and I just get the life value off of it. Yeah, okay. And it's spell, not ability, so he doesn't get the poison counter. Whamp whamp. Okay. Again, no oil counter, so... Urgh. Just recast, yeah. I gain 3 life. Yeah. You proliferate, but whatever, I go to... Now I'm corrupted. That's the bad news, but... I haven't seen anything. I mean, we're talking about, I got 2 3/3s, and now the way that it ticks down, it trades, I feel a little more better about swinging into it. I see. You have a Vraska. That's kind of annoying. Draw a card and lose a life. Yeah, sure. And it proliferates. So, yeah, you're going to beat me with Vraskas. Is what you're telling me. You get a poison counter. You can't cast a counter spell. Ha 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 ha. Now here's where that doesn't work. Because now I get to do it again. Oh, it took random card. Wow. Okay. Touche. Because it's 3 cards. Damn. It just took the wrong 3 cards. I thought it was 6 or something. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh well. I mean, whatever happens, happens. Okay. It's anointed. There's not much I can do about that. Yeah, this is... I think he's playing a meme. I think he's trying to, like, meme on us. And that's what's going on here. So... there's not much I can do about it. And my life total doesn't frickin' matter, so here we go. He's gonna block the Rot Priest. He should block the Rot Priest. I give up on Chandra. I just do. Okay. And you got the... or not Chandra, Vraska. You're at 9. You take me to 8. This is... yeah. This is such a meme, and it just sucks. But now I'm about to go down to it. Because that can proliferate, like, infinitely, pretty much, and there's nothing I can do about it. So... because it just proliferates. I can't remove it off the board. So it doesn't matter. I take it down to 4, and then it, what? You just tick up again and proliferate that 9th counter to a 10th counter. Like that is such a hodgepodge of bad cards. I mean, the Gitaxian Raptor's good, but... and I probably should have been maybe a little more aggressive earlier. But like the Progress, or Phyrexia or whatever, Phyrexia Progress or whatever that card is called, isn't like a great card in draft. We're gonna lose this game just because I can't draw Forest, because that's how these games go. Yep. It is what it is. Yeah, and they rush out a 4-drop. Okay. A 5-drop now. No, I control the basic land, thankfully. You're gonna counter mine with yours, right? Right? Yep. Okay. Now that one gets the oil counters. Chimney Rabble's not a great card, but welcome to my world, where... I said, did I not say, as soon as I played that that cacophony scamp that we're not going to draw a forest, and we didn't draw a forest. So I think that was actually a pretty good deck. It's just a shame that Magic kind of works that way sometimes. You get most of your buy-in back when you get 4 wins, so I think you're 200 gems short, but losing 200 gems isn't the end of the world. It's certainly not the... But yeah. So 2 for 2 is what y'all witnessed. I'm a 500 player. So I'm taking the Forge. You can... It's a lot, I mean, yeah, there's artifact removal in the form of, like, that guy, or the white one, but no, you take that one and you can kind of proliferate that oil counter. You just gotta be wise about it. The Sentry is actually a good card too. Like, it's really between these two. But I'm gonna take the Forge, and you just, whether you're in blue-red or whether you're in green-red oil, you just kind of hope to proliferate that counter. Because it starts with 1 and then ticks up 1 a turn, so you're just like, alright, proliferate, 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 and then you're swinging with like 5 power. And you just hope that they can't remove it. Unfortunately, the nature of the Urbrass Forge in Limited, I think, is like your whole strategy kind of revolves around it. And you kind of just have to tank until it can get big enough. Taking the wings, because the wings are the pick here. Like, Vat of Rebirth, meh. I mean, I guess there's some good things that you can do with it. I definitely don't like, because all that does is turn everything into an artifact. And I do kind of like 1 copy of Infectious Inquiry in if you're playing black. And Crescendo is okay because these have trample, but I would expect to wheel that. I don't expect to wheel this. And Toxic doesn't really work with red. Green works with red, but the Toxic works with black and white. And then oil counters, you have some synergies there, but in blue is what I'm trying to point out. But let's take the white card and just kind of see what happens. For me, that puts oil counters on the creature, not a permanent, so... And the cat is okay. The chair is good, but... Is that what I want to be doing? Taking a 6-mana 6/6? Well, 6 mana +4/+4 that equips her 7. So if they can kill the token on it, or bounce the token on it, you need to have 7. I'm going to take the Strider. And we'll see if we can get one of these cats on a wheel, or this Kuldotha Cackler. Because Cackler is actually not bad. Because oil counter, oil counter. I'm going to take this Cackler. Because Cackler is buffed by things with oil counters, so it's fine if we're doing red oil. So this has oil, and when you remove the oil, it gets indestructible. So that synergizes with some of these things. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to take the removal spell, but I'm very tempted by the Bladed Ambassador, because that Ambassador typically trades up. Like, he gives you 2. Like, you remove the oil counter, alright, he's indestructible, haha, you know, I killed one of your things on a trade. Or maybe you used a combat trick or something. So he trades up, but removal spell is removal spell. So see, this one's interesting. So do you take the charge with the mites, or do you take the magnetic sprinter? I'm going to take the sprinter, but the only reason you take the sprinter here is because it can place 2 oil counters on the forge. So they combo off really well. It's a bad equipment, but I'll take the equipment. Meh. Nothing in there was good. Take that one. Take that one. Like charge from with the mites is a good card, but it just is. Or charge from the mites. Charge the mites. Charge mites. Good card. I do like it, but I don't necessarily think we're in green necessarily. We're either going to be in blue or white. As our complementary color. We got a bit more white than we do blue, and there's a lot in blue that I don't really like over here, but that is a proliferate effect, which is, again, proliferate effects are good on this card. So now we got our oil counter, Bladed Ambassador anyway, so I'm taking it. I'm going to take it here, pack 2, pick 1, but you're definitely not taking a dual land. Pick 1. Let alone one that doesn't benefit our color pairing necessarily, but that has oil. And then, Chimney Rabbles are Chimney Rabbles. You saw me lose to 2 of them. Well, but I also couldn't draw a forest. If I drew a forest, that card doesn't become as good as it was in that matchup. If I drew 2 forests, that card doesn't become as good as it does in that matchup. So white, this direction we got some good white cards. So again, we know that these 3 aren't necessarily in white. And it's someone over here that's kind of picking over the white. Because, like, the hover wings and the attendant are all pretty good. And the attendant can always bounce the token that we're going to sack. It just says return another permanent. That would be a permanent before it gets sacked. There are options. There are options. My boy? My boy? Where's my boy? Oh, the equipment or the raptor is really what this boils down to. Twilight is very good. We may be able to sneakily grab the equipment on the wheel because it's pick 4. The problem is we don't have. I mean, it'll probably show up come pack 3, if not one of these, So anyway, my brain's doing like 10 things right now. We don't have anything but toxic right now, and that's my issue. And so it's like, well, do you grab the thing, but it doesn't have toxic? I'm gonna take the Dune Mover. Well, whatever, fine. I'm a sucker for this card, but it's not a good card. I just buy into it, and I don't know why I buy into it. I was gonna take the Dune Mover. to be like, well, that's its creature that gives us toxic, and that's true. I don't really like him. Once I actually read that card, I just fell out of love with it. Because it's like, oh, you got to cast 3 artifacts, and then, oh, by the way, then it'll do something. Oh, okay, no. I'll just rare draft there, but it doesn't do us any good. And yeah, we didn't get the Batterfist again, so maybe you take the Batterfist over the Raptor, but if something with toxic, like the crawling, whatever comes back around, it shouldn't, or because or the Dune Mover, then we take it in this particular pack. Pack 3 becomes another, it's like, all right, it's a whole separate issue there in pack 3 at that point. At least these little guys have toxic, so if we draw the Flensing Raptor late, then we can play them. Or you know what I mean, we can jump them in the air. But if it's in like our opener, then that's like that's not the area where we want the Flensing Raptor. Although you play it on turn 3 still without it affecting a 2 or a 1 because you just want to. It's a flyer. And flyers seem pretty good in this format. Because, like, those big green beaters, or red beaters for that matter, I'm taking the Angel. So we want to see either Batterfist or Crawling Chorus again. Those are the 2 we want to wheel. Whoever's in green is going to have 2 Green Suns Twilights, which is actually pretty good. If you use the card correctly. And maybe I've been using it incorrectly because I've been waiting until I have the 5 mana. But it's a way that you can cheat in quite a few things. I don't think we'll have Corrupted online. Like, I don't think that's what we're trying to do. But, I mean, 4/4 with Double Strike. Not going to say no. Not going to complain about having a 4/4 with Double Strike. Nor am I going to complain about a 1/3. So, like, you take the Basilica because it's 3 bodies, but again, like, things that we want to see again. Charge of the Mites, Dune Mover, or Volshock. Those are the 3 that I would like to see again out of that pile. And then premium removal. Well, I gotta take the premium removal. Exile target creature or planeswalker. And just enchant. They can't attack block or, that's a full-on exile, so you take Ossification, it's the better card. Probably the combat trick. Blade Graph Aspirant. There are situations where this card is good. I don't know if I could prefer the Vanish Eternity over the Hazardous Blast, but I'll take the Hazardous Blast. Like, I took it. Alright, I did it. But this should be our initial pack now. Yep, it is. And we got the Crawling. So we got one of the cards we wanted. The Batterfist is gone, so oh well. The cheap equipment, it's sad that one goes away, and that's another one, like, because the 2/2 becomes a 3/1 and can trade up so long as the thing doesn't have trample. A crazy amount of trample. I kind of suspect I know what the cuts will be, but let's see. Like, it's probably going to want us to cut the Oxidative Finisher, but I don't know, giving a... It's a dead card most of the game, but I don't know, a 7-5 with flying, if we can get our opponent down low enough by then with, like, the Forge and the Sprinters and things. We don't really have a ton of equipment to make things like the... Or the... I mean, the Lightbringer works well with these two. I'm taking the Skull Bomb because the Skull Bomb can pump the Forge. It's like, what's that word? Forge. Forge, 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 forge. I mean, I'll take the Basilica. I mean, unless I'm in a mirror match. It's destroyed non-land permanent, non-creature permanent, like for 3 mana. Might be the wording, so maybe it can blow up. I think it can actually blow up a Planeswalker for that 3 mana, like, which makes it halfway decent. But yeah, it says take out the Apostle, take out the Magnetic Sprinter. No, Magnetic Sprinter is staying in. He stays in for a reason. Now that specific reason is the Forge. Like, new. Freed from Flesh. But now what do we want to take out? It wants to take out the 4/4, but it's like, okay, that's a 4/4 with... Incisor Glider's okay. Sawblade Scamp I've never really been a fan of, but... I mean, are we in a cut land situation? I don't think so. Because we don't really have card draw to make the... I mean, we don't want to draw lands either, though. So, I'll weigh that one. No, I think the Lightbringer's okay. The Aspirant's okay. Both of these have evasion for our equipments, but I think I'll take the Splitter out and run it like this, because I get why Draftsmith wants this out, and I get why Draftsmith wants this out. It actually... Oh, it wants the Gold Helm in. That's part of it, too. I mean, if I'm going to take that, put the Gold Helm in, I'm going to take this guy out and run it like that, where our curve is then kind of set on 3, and and I get why it wants... I'm okay with cutting one splitter, but again, the point is I get why it wants, like, the Slinger and the Skull Bomb and the Sprinter out. I just cut a land. That's my default setting. I can see where Hazardous Blast would be very good, because you just build up this little board of weenies, and again, if you get your opponent down to, say, 10, make it so that nothing can block, and then just, whack you. So we're probably going to be stuck on, like, 3 or 4 lands every game we play here. And, you just call it a day. Yeah, see, we're going to be stuck on 2. They're at least white lands. But... So, there's only 1 card we can't cast. If we drew the lands to cast, there's only 1 card we can't cast. So there's land number 3. And I'm fine with land number 3. There's land number 3 down. I don't want to take the bait on something like it's an easy swing, and you're going to get in for the 1 damage. But for the sake of proliferation, that's why I'm not going to bite. Okay, land number 4. And there's land number 5. So... I'm actually totally fine with that, because I know what I'm going to follow up. So that's a fair trade. Here's where it becomes this massive, alright, I'm going to swing and give my thing death touch, and if you don't, so if I block, he gives the death touch. If I don't block, then he has this full complement of mana. So I think I'm in a situation where I have to block every turn. Yep. Because you know what they're doing, and you just kind of have to do it. So, sure. Let's see if we can get green. They don't have combat tricks in green. Sure. So there we go. Like, that's critical that we got that creature off the battlefield. And at the expense of one of our 5-drops, which is kind of shitty, but, it's... I'm willing to do that. Because, like I say, you're placed in a situation where you're then taking 2 poison a turn, or you're like, okay, I'll just, let you keep hit. I'll block and you kill off one of my creatures with your death touch ability, and that's not fun. Or ideal. So. Okay. I had to sack that Furnace Skullbomb to get to draw the third planes, or fourth planes, something like that. But that's how the lands worked out, where I basically had to do it. So, Infectious Bite, yeah, stupid Death Touch, because it's a Death Toucher. Yeah. No, you toxic me for 2. That's how you're trying to win. That's the crap part, is now he can recast that, but... I just need to trade some things. And I'm okay trading some things, so... Are they okay trading some things? Goes away. Sack. The Hex Gold Slash can get one of the toxic creatures, so I'm not worried about that. But it's how they attack and how we trade here, because I just don't want to go down to toxic. And 3/4 is actually, pretty good, pretty big. So, oh, fun. So it comes in. What's the target? Yeah, no. I'm not going to let you copy your Plague Nurse. Bang. Okay. Okay. The Herbrust Forge is eventually going to give us the upper hand. And that's why I'm okay with that. Because now they have to decide how they want to block, and okay, that's how they made their block. Fine. But now it's got 7. And 7 is, you know, is a thing. It's tough to overcome that. Especially if you're going to let it through every turn. And I don't need to, like, I have lethal if they totally swung out. So, sure. It loses flying if you're going to do that. Sure. So, here's an interesting debate. So, I'm going to let them through. Go to 6. They had a creature. Okay, cool. That's fine. But you got to block. Mm-hmm. And then if you can't kill that, which you, yeah, I can just block and get you with the... So that's playing maybe a little too cagey, but it's like, okay, I'm going to get you with the Forge. Like, I'll trade, and there's something to be said about how this format kind of plays out that way, where it's like, I'm going to make the smart trades and kind of maneuver and maneuver and maneuver. So maybe I'm smart, maybe I'm stupid, but you just know that the Herbrest Forge will eventually pay off in that regard. So anyway, like I say, this is kind of noontime here at the specific time when I wanted to sign out. So I'm gonna sign out rather than like take a bathroom break and string you through like 2 games, which I think is unfair to you to like pause for 10 minutes, give you 5 more minutes of content, and you know, give you 5 more minutes of content and then ultimately like leave anyway. So I am gonna sign out now and say thank you very much for keeping up with us. I will not be on tomorrow and I will not be on Friday. So I will be on again sometime next week, maybe Monday at the soonest. And then Tuesdays are always a question mark. I managed to do it yesterday, but Tuesdays are weird for me. And going forward, they'll continue to be, well, they may be open or they may still be weird. I don't know. But we'll see how that works out. So, anyway, catch you guys next time. Zoibe_Devil, capital MTG is the Facebook page. YouTube is just, these just get uploaded to YouTube. I don't do any editing or chopping of them. So, enjoy for what they are. Follow the Facebook. Follow me on Twitch. You know, donate to PayPal. But otherwise, I'll catch you guys next time. So.